I'd like to talk about some common mistakes in regard to work injuries. And the first one, of course, is failure to report your injury immediately. This is so important because if you delay in reporting it to your employer, the first problem that causes is suspicion that maybe it didn't happen at work or it didn't happen the way you said it did. And certainly in the law, there's a 120-day limit. So if you don't report it in 120 days, you can't make a claim. So make sure you report it immediately. Another mistake would be not documenting it. So sometimes it's important to have a witness, maybe take a picture of the accident scene. Maybe there was some faulty condition, and maybe it's on closed-circuit television. Maybe you need to have someone review that to show where it happened. Make a written report, as much evidence as possible. Because you'll find yourself later, maybe they're denying the claim, and when you go to your attorney, you need to have that evidence. Also, very important, when you go to a doctor, follow that doctor's instructions. And don't delay going to a doctor. I've seen people, they get hurt, they continue to work. It really puts them behind the 8 ball because that condition, whatever you're suffering from, needs to be addressed immediately. There needs to be a diagnosis. It needs to be related to your work incident or accident, and you need to follow that doctor's instructions. Also, another mistake people make is not reporting a change in condition. And what I mean is, often people get hurt and light-duty restrictions may be placed upon them, and maybe they don't tell their employer, and they continue to work, and they're struggling through it, even though the doctor is saying you shouldn't be doing your job. Immediately tell your employer if your doctor is restricting you, and hold their feet to the fire. If your doctor says 20 pounds, don't lift more than 20 pounds, ever. Also, don't delay on any workers' comp claim. In Pennsylvania, we have a 3-year statute of limitations. I see many people who get hurt and they say, well, I just can't be without work. I have a family to support. I continue to show up to work. I do the best I can. I deal with the pain, and I understand that, and that's fine. But keep in mind, if you don't file a claim within 3 years, you're out of court forever. Now, sometimes the employer will just ignore it. Now, the employer is supposed to tell their insurance company if you report it, but sometimes they don't. So keep in mind, 3 years or you're out of